Hi, I'm Mike Winkler, and I'm the Principal Managing Broker for CBBain in Issaquah, Washington.
And I'm E.J. Bowles. I'm the Principal Managing Broker for CBBain on Mercer Island, Washington.
EJ, in our last video blog post in our quote buyer protection series, we talked about the Form 17 seller disclosure.
That's right.
And so next on our list was the title review. And before we go, I just want to caveat and say that we are going to have a more detailed title insurance blog post where we have a guest who is a co-owner and title attorney. So today really is just a review.
Right, we're talking about the title review portion of the purchase and sale agreement. And what that title review actually hinges on is that title insurance is insurance for ensuring the quality of the title that the buyer is going to get when they close on the property. And there's a commitment for title insurance that's generated by the title company, and what it really tells, not so much what the title company is going to insure, but the things that the title company is not going to insure. So the buyer's review is of the exceptions to the title insurance policy.
And in that review, they have the opportunity to disapprove of those exceptions in the policy, and the seller has the opportunity to cure those exceptions that have been objected to if the buyer agrees, right up till closing.
That's correct. And if the seller were to say that they did not want to cure those exceptions to the policy, or they could not, then the buyer at their option can terminate the transaction, and they can, and of course they'd receive their earnest money back.
EJ, how does a buyer review title?
You know, it's a very complex legal document, and even as real estate guys have been in the business for a long time, we would never say that we totally would understand anybody's preliminary title commitment. And so one of the things we ask, or we're asked all the time, do you always have to hire an attorney at this point? And the process would go something like this. The first thing that the buyer would do is call the title officer that prepared that preliminary title and ask them about the exceptions, and ask that title officer if they see anything that's out of the ordinary. The second thing that the buyer might do is, since about 95% of all transactions involve a bank, is they could ask the bank about do they see any issues or any problems in the title exceptions that the bank is worried about. If there are any red flags at all raised in those two conversations, of course at that point they would need to talk to a competent title attorney.
And EJ, of course, as supplements arrive, and they do throughout the process, the review period starts again, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. If a new exception to the policy, something that won't be insured, is identified in a subsequent supplement, that review period does start over. And Mike, doesn't this again really frame the question about, or the reason that you need a good realtor to take you through this process?
It does. It's a complicated process. We've gone through a number of these video posts about the buyer protections, but it's because there are holes that need to be filled. And so bottom line on title review, though, is always review.
Absolutely. Always review. I'm E.J. Bowles.
I'm Mike Winkler. Till next time.